Yes, people, it's the Online Health Business Academy podcast time. Let's go. Let's just get straight into it.
Let's do it, man.
Today we got a good episode. We need you to get your notepad out. If you are a coach, PT, nutritionist online, doesn't really matter as long as you are delivering a health service. We're going to talk to you about how to actually earn 10K per month through online coaching. So we're going to try and make this concise. We're going to have like step-by-step points, and it's going to be a bit of a quick fire episode. So, and the reason I think this is important is because everyone flashes that 10K number. Every coach talks about it. 10K this, 10K that. Do you actually know what it takes to put into your program and your marketing to get to that number? Like, I don't think you do. So, well, I'm not, you might do, but you ain't doing it. So we're going to talk to you about how you can do it. And if you're a PT on the gym floor, this will help you a ton. Trust me. So we've got a few bullet points here.
Let's do it.
We'll break them down and then, we'll kind of go from there. So step by step, we're coming from nothing. The first thing I've noted down is having a solid offer and actually being a good coach and having a good program. So what does that mean to you?
Solid offer, I'm going to use my analogy I always use as a bar of gold. You know what I mean? If I gave you a bar of gold, you'd get rid of it and you'd make money. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? What is it worth 30-something grand or whatever, right? And that's because you know the value. You know, like, you're holding something that you just know is worth something. And you know there's people out there that need it. So it's the same thing. If you make a program, an offer that is, so useful to the people that want it, and that means just solving their problem in the best way. All right. So what are their key problems? List it out. What's the 4 key problems of your niche? Let's say we're dealing with women who are obese, or dealing with men who are a bit skinny fat or whatever. What's the key 4 problems? If you can't do that bit of market research, then what do you want from us, right? So that's that. What's their 4 biggest problems? How do you solve that in every aspect, in every way in your program? What can you guarantee them? What can you promise them? Now you've got it, right? You've got that solid offer.
And then the second point about being a good coach, I think I almost feel like sometimes it goes without saying, and not enough coaches talk about this. You actually need to be a good coach to do this, because if you're not a good coach, you won't get results. And if you're not getting results, your program's not going to last very long.
What's a good coach? What do you mean by that? So
you need to know how to actually deliver your service. You need to be knowledgeable. You need to actually be doing the research. It doesn't always mean you have to be qualified. I don't want people to get down this rabbit hole of I need every certification out there. Mm-hmm. But you need to have the knowledge. Some people have the knowledge like down to a T. They read books, they listen to podcasts, they're up to date on the latest research. That's kind of my angle. I didn't want to get a bunch of qualifications. I just wanted to know, okay, how does this work? How does the body work? So being a good coach is going to be key. But not even just the theory, but also you as a person and how you lead, how you talk to people, communication skills, and wrapping that all up into the offer and your actual coaching program. I think that's the baseline. If you ain't got that, if you ain't a good coach and you ain't got a solid offer, get it to 10K, it's going to be bloody hard.
Let me just add some bits on that. When we say being a good coach, it's almost like a leader as well, right? So someone that people can look up to. Give you an example, I'm a United fan, so Ferguson, right? So you're talking about someone that had to lead the team of elites, but someone that's like probably, the first one there, knows everyone's name, like good practices general about their own life, lives by a times table proper. So if you're a coach and you're leading someone in mind, body, health, then you need to be practicing what you preach at an immense level, So that as well.
Some joker.
Nah, you can't.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. That's step 1. Step 2, you already said it, but we need to kind of talk about niche and target market. I think that could even be step 1, to be honest. But to get to 10K,
talk to us about that.
I think coaches kind of think about this way too much. It could be a lot more simpler if we just kind of stripped it back a little bit. I always like to say your niche is you, and it's who you were 2 or 3 years ago. It's your own transformation.
Yeah,
that's the easiest way. Now, it doesn't have to be you, but that's the starting point.
Simplest way.
Yeah,
simplest. You want to make your life simple, please do it. And I know that it's a struggle because I struggled myself. You know what I mean? But if you want to make your life simple and easy, do it.
Yeah.
Because who do you know better?
Right. Yeah, no, that's the best point.
Do you know what I mean?
Who do you know better? Who can you coach the best?
Yeah.
Yourself. You went through a transformation, or you went through something.
Yeah.
We've all been through something. So if I can coach myself out of that position, there's a million people that have been in my position that I can coach to get to my position now.
100%.
Yeah, I think coaches get too bogged down on this one because they think, oh, if I niche down, I can't, I lose people.
Yeah,
That's their mentality.
Scarcity, yeah.
It's like, oh, well, if I only coach women, then I'm not going to be able to help men. And that's actually the complete wrong mindset. Because again, I love this analogy and I always bang it out. The knee surgeon and the GP. It's just I'm just going to use that one all the time because it's the best one.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a reason why the knee surgeon makes bread.
And the dentist as well.
The dentist, right? The dentist.
Bread, yeah.
Why do they make so much money?
Boy.
Why?
What
do they do? They're specialists, bro.
Not generalists.
They're specialists. Because you don't go to the GP to get your teeth done.
No. Because the GP don't know how to do that.
They don't know how to do that. So,
unfortunately. Or as well, you may have a rough idea, but you can't do it in detail. Right. Or at least that's what you perceive. The GP may have been a dentist in his past life. But from the out though, you're just looking at it as, I'd rather go to a dentist, mate.
And I don't. This is only step 2. We've got a couple steps on there, so we don't want to take too long. But I want to think of it. I want to give you guys one more aspect to this. If you're a coach, yeah, let's say you're a coach who helps men. Okay, you help men lose their last 5 pounds of fat on a cut, right? So they've already been cutting, but sometimes you can't lose that last 5 pounds. So let's say you're the last 5 pound coach.
Stubborn fat, yeah.
You're the stubborn fat coach, last 5 pound coach. Imagine you come across 2 coaches' pages. One coach just says, I help you feel better and build muscle. And the other coach is, I help men lose that last 5 pounds of fat and feel amazing. If I'm the guy who needs to lose that last 5 pounds of fat, which there's a lot of men that need that.
Many, millions.
I'm going to the guy that actually says he helps me.
Because he's the specialist.
Even though the generalist might help me, I'm not going with the generalist because that person just called me out.
Yeah.
And I was like, rah, that bio is speaking to me. So you've got to have that mindset of actually the deeper you go, the more you pick up actually. So that's step 2. Step 3, learn where they are and how to find them. As in, they are the niche I'm talking about. Where are they? How can we get our hands on them? Yeah.
I think this one boils down to really like your problem solving skills. And I talk about all the time that like a lot of, if you're going to be making 5 figures plus and really building a great business, you got to be a problem solver. So yeah, man, that's first and foremost. Just think about where are they. So you know what your niche is now. You know what method you're using. Instagram, let's say, for example, because there's loads of clients there. You've got 150 million, I believe, in the US and the UK. And then now it's just about, all right, cool. Some people are already doing it, right? So like I said, the last 5 pound coach, I always tell the coaches, there's someone else doing it, right? And they're doing it well. And they've got 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers. And generally what happens is they look a bit unapproachable to the everyday person. So you can actually find your clients directly from there. You know what I mean? Like literally. So done for you. You got the done for you side. And then you can just use your brain a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And think about some places where that person hangs out by thinking about their qualities. And it's important to go through your niche. And, my Instagram is somewhere here. Find me on Instagram and ask me for the niche table demonstration. I'll give it to someone anyone who's dedicated. Because I always like to draw a niche table, right? Where I, put the niche in the middle, what their name is, and I start to just break down their struggles, their symptoms of their struggles, their background, other information about them, like in depth. So I know this person at the back of my hand. So it's easy to know that, this person probably shops there. This person probably drives this car. This person probably just... You know what I mean? So now I know where to find
a picture of them.
100%.
Yeah, no, that's critical, man.
And you can think of things that nobody else even thought of when you do that. Like the lose to 5 pounds guy. If we brainstorm now, like this person, we'll probably find out where does that person go? Where is he looking for his help right now? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Supplements, maybe? You know what I'm trying
And when the more you deep dive on the individual, think out the box. And then when you think out the box, you become a bit more exclusive, and then you can find unique ways of capturing that target audience. Yeah, and then obviously you could go down the paid ads route, but again, I wouldn't go down paid ads until you can get to 10K without paid ads. That's the main thing to bear in mind. And when you do get there, maybe you do add paid ads to now put a bit more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, with the right guidance.
With the right
100%.
guidance, yeah. You don't want to start splashing out the money on ads and you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, that's it. That's step 3. What we on now? Step 4
Step 4
is daily marketing and content.
Talk to us.
I like making content. So this is like the easy part for me. But this is where now we've built the foundation. We know who we want to work with. We know like what they need, how to help them, where to find them. Now we actually need to get them. Like we need to actually get them. So we need to start putting the hooks out there. You know, we need to start fishing. So your content is now the attraction part of the process. So we need to start attracting people towards us. I'll give you some of my takes on content. I think that as a coach, what we think people want is not what they want. So we think that posting workout videos is what they want. They don't actually want that because they should know that we're in shape.
Yeah.
They want to know how we can help them.
Yeah.
So that's the basis of the majority of my content to get started, or when I was starting. It's just like, okay, value, couple workout videos here and there, but value, workout video, engagement post, value. That's, I'm just thinking value. And yeah, your content, your daily content, your marketing is going to be a critical process to getting you to 10K. Are there any rules like that you have for like content, marketing, emails, like anything specific?
No, the main thing of what you just said, like I tried to really take a different brain at it because I used to think with a different brain. Like I used to think like what you just said, and it was what I wanted or what I felt like or what I thought was good for me or what I found easiest. Now I'm literally inside that person's head when I'm making content. You know, it's simple as that. And I think deep, like what would if I was that person, what do I need to see on IG right now? What would help me so much? So that's basically what I like to do with it in terms of the content. Yeah, I like to keep it simple as well. Keep things very simple so that, you know, especially when you're building to that place, right? You got to remember that, you know, you talk about content, but then the other side of it is actually arguably just as important or maybe even just slightly more important in actually getting the money and the revenue in, which is the daily messaging and the...
That's the next step, bro. You're going one step too far. That's the next step. Michael's already spilled the million, so let's go to the next step, which is daily conversations and getting calls booked. That's the next step. And I now, because of how much conversations we have with PTs about not sending in DMs and trying to push them to just do outreach,
mate,
I like to compare it to being a PT on a gym floor. Like, imagine if you was a PT on a gym floor who never spoke to people.
Yeah.
Would you have clients?
No.
You would never have a client.
Common sense, right? No.
If you were just in the gym, just sitting there on the table, just not talking to people, wouldn't have clients. So the same thing applies with online. It's the same thing. You're just bringing that in-person personality to online.
Yeah.
You see people, you engage with them. Talk to them. They engage with you. Hey, what's going on? I see you're doing this. Are you into coaching? Or whatever it may be.
That's true.
So for you, and I'll kind of tell you guys mine, but for you, like with the conversations, like is there numbers that you aim for? Like we're trying to get to 10K here. So this is a 10K training basically as a podcast. So like what are we doing messaging wise?
All right, cool. Fitness, starting, trying to get to 10K. So I'm going to aim for 40. I think we put 40 out there a few times. So just to get things started, because you got to build numbers, build up followers. So you'll be working on content as well. And that's going to come from a few different places. So it's going to come from your followers that are already following with you, your new followers that you're getting from following people, your, what's the other one again? Content. So see when you put out content, and if you're doing it the way we just mentioned, you're going to get new people engaged, right, in your reels, okay, and different stuff. And then other people's content, right? So comments under their section, maybe big influencers or just big brands and whatever that have Instagram pages, you can comment in there. So out of that, I would look to extract 40 conversations a day. 40, like we don't realize, it sounds small, but it's actually a lot. Actual engaged conversations. If we could aim for that, whew.
Yeah. In 10 days, that's 400 new conversations.
400 people.
That's 400 conversations.
That's a lot.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That's a lot.
If you can't get like 5 people to get on a call out of 400.
We did.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What you did. Then the
what are you doing?
Wrong.
What are you doing?
You know.
But I got a question though. Because this is where coaches get a little bit upset. It's like, can I do cold DMs? Does it have to be warm? Can I like...
Yes, I purposely gave 4 warm ones.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I purposely gave
So
4
no
warm.
cold messaging.
For what reason? Unless you like, and when I say warm means that you know the person has a struggle. For me, I get it's like there's warm in the aspect of someone's already reached out to you. That's the best. That's obviously the warmest. But if you know the person just has a struggle and they've announced it somewhere, even if it's on someone else's page, they're still warm.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? But I wouldn't be cold DMing somebody who you're not even quite sure is your niche. Maybe they just look like they're your niche, but they haven't announced it anywhere. They haven't put it out anywhere. Sometimes it can apply. We do a bit of LinkedIn. We dabble with a little bit of LinkedIn. So sometimes it's right. But Instagram specifically, I wouldn't be wasting
so
time.
IG no, but LinkedIn yes.
LinkedIn, yes.
Okay, cool. Let's make that clear, because on LinkedIn, I'm spamming you, bro.
And LinkedIn, we're starting convo. Even with LinkedIn now, because that's changed, and we're not going to talk too much about it, but we'll talk about it for you ambitious coaches, is that with LinkedIn, there was a time where it was spamming was just very a better way.
Now it's
Normal.
like
it's a bit now.
it's harder.
It's not easy. So now it's still trying to start a
genuine
conversation.
conversations.
Start a conversation that
cool.
can hopefully lead to
So
something.
what's that? Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now on step 6.
You did that last. Okay, cool.
And this is more. This is kind of related to the first one with the offer, but it's having a scalable price point.
Oh,
Because, and this reminds me of a call I had this week, literally, where this kid, I'm gonna call him a kid because he was young, selling £60 programs. I'm sorry if you're watching this, bro. I'm calling you out. Like,
man,
that's not scalable, bro. You can't get to 10K with £60 programs unless you're like Courtney Black or Joe Wicks and you've got 1 million followers already. Then you're cool. You can sell £60 programs. Easy. But we ain't got that. We ain't got that following yet. So £60 programs, bro. What are your thoughts?
So here's my thing with the £60 programs, right? It depends who you are. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? I'm not going to say a one size fits all, but if it just depends who you are. If you're £60 program mentality in person and your niche, then go for it. For example, you're young. I mean, how old is he? 21. You could very easily be a £60 program person. However, based on his niche, right? Because it's his age range. But then your personality, are you someone that's going to be super outgoing? Are you prepared to do viral stuff that gets you, completely viral? Are you in immaculate, crazy shape? Stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And I think that's a 10% type of thing. 10% of people have that in them to be a £60 program winner. Like someone, basically an influencer, essentially.
Yeah.
An influencer. So, and I know it seems like, there's so many and this is that, but there's even, and it's not even every influencer that can do it. Some influencers there, you got loads of followers, but no one don't really want your program. So for most people now, man, you need to really have something that's going to reward your time and make you feel, okay, cool. Like if I've got this person and they're paying me £200 plus a month, then I'm okay to devote some time to them because they're going to, support me and my bills and what I've got to do. And you know what I mean? Versus the £6 person that you're not going to want to put in. Do you know what I mean?
It's a bit of resentment. It's slightly there. Yeah.
And if you and if we're looking at for example, Hormozy's got this thing in the book about the cost to value sort of equation, right? Where you should be over delivering. So if you've got something that's £60, it needs to feel like it's worth £200. Do you feel what I'm trying to say to you? Whereas what we sell for £200, it's like it's worth £1,000 because having an expert on your, on tap is worth £1,000.
Yeah, 100%. So those price points are not scalable. So getting to 10K, which I want to reiterate, that's what this episode is about. It's going to be so difficult.
Man.
Even if you just do the maths, £60.
You're going to need about 200, I think, just to get just over 10K. 200 people. Yeah. Now to manage 200 people, you can't do that on your own. I don't care if it's £60. I don't care if they're just getting a program and that, and a third. You're going to need some things. Also, most apps, for example, once you get to those numbers, charge you more, little things like that. So, and remember what I was trying to say about the £60 thing needs to feel like it's worth 200. So if it feels like it's worth 20, you're not going to get 200.
Yeah, so that's another thing. It's not a scalable price point. So stop selling them cheap ass programs, man.
Don't work, man. It don't work. I see a lot of people doing that, and it's just it don't work. Even influencers, it don't work.
It don't work. It's difficult.
And we'll have somebody on that's going to talk to that works with a lot of influencers, and she'll
She'll talk about that as well. Yeah. So step 7 is tracking data. Something that I don't think a lot of coaches do.
90%, 95%.
But tracking data, man, this is the key to making smarter decisions because you need to track data. Just like we tell our fitness clients, hey, track your calories, track how many hours you went to sleep, track your steps. We need to track our data, man. If you want to hit 10K, you need to track your data. Like how many calls you had in a week.
Yeah.
How many messages you sent in a day.
Yeah.
That's 2. What else are we tracking, bro?
Your success rate with your calls.
Okay.
Your clients, your drop-off rate maybe with your clients as well.
Retention rate,
yeah, man, those are the main ones, yeah. Calls booked, messages sent, you said that already. Closing rate. Yeah.
Cash collected.
How much cash collected.
Cash contracted.
Yeah.
How much it cost per lead.
It's not even, we don't even need to go that far. Do you know what I mean?
But you get the point, yeah.
We can go there once you've got the first few.
Once you got the basics,
But those first basics are so important because they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Most of you watching aren't doing it. You track data, they're like, mate, because we're used to this gym mentality where you just
in the gym,
in the gym, man.
So
it's in the gym.
Yeah.
You
kind of got to get out of that, yeah.
Shake it off.
You got to shake it off, man, because that's another part.
Track data, man. All businesses do.
Innit? That's another thing. All businesses track data. So why do we think that we don't need to do it?
Bro, it's the gym. I'll never forget the day, yeah. I was in the gym and one of the guys, the OGs, he's a good trainer, good person, like amazing physique, right? He's like, yeah, bro, I don't plan my session. He's like, you know where you're young, you're just thinking like what do you lot do? What do you do? And you're just thinking like, I said, yeah, I don't plan my sessions, man. That's a waste of time.
Yeah, that's mad.
But it's like, that's the mentality. So much. You get what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah.
It might not be as that far fetched that you don't plan your sessions, but so many different. I don't do this. Or I take cash in hand, and it's normalized. It's not normal. It's not normal.
If you're a business owner, that's just stupid.
Let's remember, you're a business owner. We have to run it properly.
Yeah. Cool. And then that leads me to step 8, which I could have probably put this at the end, but I put this third to last, and it's actually to just like never give up.
Ooh.
This is a mentality thing.
Ooh, never give up.
Can't give up, man. On the road to trying to get to a 10K month, boy, there are times where you might feel like this coaching thing is not for me. Online coaching, DMs, people are airing my DMs. They're not responding to my emails. I'm following up and I'm getting ghosted. Like, bro, I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm still there right now, but I still enjoy it though. I've learned to enjoy that process.
Yeah.
It's a chase. So
you can't skip that. We have to will that. He said, I've learned to enjoy that process. What does that mean though?
Boy, there's beauty in the struggle, innit? Shout out to J. Cole.
Why is there beauty? How though?
There's beauty in the struggle because when I do get it, it just feels sweeter. It feels better. So when I do see the 10K month, I'm like, yeah, did it. Solid. We did the work. We did the groundwork. It was deserved.
Let me touch into that.
So don't give up. But yes, let's go.
Let me touch on that one. Yeah, I want to go deeper on the never give up because it's a mantra I live by, innit? Definitely. But pour into your own cup. I think that's the key thing because most PTs, we're athletic, right? So we already feel we have that grit about us where, I'll do it. Look, I spoke to somebody on OHB and, when I had that first call, I'll do it. I'll do anything. I'm an athlete. I used to do this. I know what I'm doing, whatever. Like, just give me the plan. I'll do it. And then there was a lot of struggle. When it's, a lot of struggle with this and little things. And I didn't get that. It didn't translate. Why? Why didn't it translate though? Why did you tell me what? You know what I'm saying? Pour into your own cup. Pour into your own cup and don't. You're not your business. So you do everything that's possible within your reach, but you need to know when to call it a day. There's times where I'll be on the computer from morning to the night time, bro, because of that never give up, never quit. But I'm just burning myself out, and I'm not actually doing the right things because I haven't poured in my cup. So I'm just doing it. I'm just doing too much of nothing. So take your time, and there's a lot that I learned even from Jav. In terms of just setting aside, working on the weekends. Do you know what I mean? Or blocking off, don't use this phone for clients and versus stuff like that. Those things are golden, man. Because when you do that and you create that space between you and your business, and then there's a good quote, I can't remember where it's from, that a CEO or owner should always be up, looking forward or something like that, not in looking around. Do you know what I mean? You should always be above and looking like the overview. And once you create that, then you'll see the path to the 10Ks and beyond even clearer.
That's important, man. And it's both long and short term, man. You can't really give up on this thing. Like,
no.
Because once you give up, it's like, okay. For me, there's nothing worse than quitting, man. Like, I hate quitting, man. I think when people, like, if I have a client that even mentions giving up, I'm just like, it makes me feel sick. Like, I don't know how to address it sometimes because I don't know. I want to be a nice coach, but I also want to tell them that mentality, I don't resonate with that mentality. That energy, that give up energy is like, I feel sick when I hear it. Oh, I gave up today. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I can't relate to that at all.
Yeah.
So never give up, man. Never give up. All right. Point 9. Now this is a bit of a funny one. Not funny, but a bit more complex. And it is, you need to learn to attach long-term strategies to short-term tactics. Okay. So this is tactical in a sense, but if we think about a long-term strategy, it might be something like making sure your content calendar for the year is in place. So I already know what my content and my strategy is going to be for Black Friday, and we're in June, right? And then what tactics am I going to use? So what short-term tactics am I going to use in November to maximize my long-term strategy of using Black Friday to get more business, right? So long-term strategies, but short-term tactics. So if you can learn to attach them together, then you'll be in business. And I'll kind of make an example. I just gave one, but I'll give another one. A short-term tactic might be where people do the thing like, I'm doing the blunt post. I'm looking for 5 women who want to lose weight in the next 30 days. Mm-hmm. Comment the word X below. That's a tactic. That's a short-term tactic.
Okay.
But if you understand strategies from a long-term aspect, you can actually use that short-term tactic multiple times without it getting like washed out. You can't keep doing it like that. But you could do it in a different way if you knew the long-term strategies, the long-term plays, doing launches, So, that's kind of how that's the one thing I think if you get that right, you can have consistent 10K months because you've attached strategy to tactics to strategies.
It's almost like in sport with coaches, right? And it's like you got the whole year to think about. So you might have been like a few different tournaments, and then you might say, okay, look, like, I'm going to take this guy off from this tournament because like we need him in this one. Do you know what I mean? Little things like that. So you're just always thinking long term, but then also you still have an eye on what you got to do ASAP.
Yeah. And even to stick with the sports analogy, and we get specific, you talk about football. It's easy for me to say. It's like, you might be in a game where our long-term strategy, let's say Chelsea under Mourinho, is like fucking defensive, like low block, boom, defending deep. But they're playing against Bournemouth and they know that Bournemouth keep a high line and it's easy to get in behind. We're going to change our tactics for this game, short-term change of strategy. But we've got a long-term strategy that we usually stick with. But for this occasion, we're going to change it because they're a bit more open. Yeah. So that's like how I view it with the health and fitness and running your business. Okay. So that's step 9. Is that 9? Yeah, that's 9. But one more. And this is the overall one, and it is, don't expect it to happen overnight. There's too many coaches, and to be fair, we're not to blame, but we play a part in this because I've done it a few times on my socials. But like, there's too many mentors talking about 10K this, 10K that, 100 clients in a week, this and that. So I think people get a little bit gassed and think, bro, I can get 10K in 3 months.
Yeah.
If you can, that's amazing. But
you can.
It's not that easy, bro. Like to wake up and remember, starting from scratch. You might have 20, 30 clients on the gym floor, but that's not the same as being online and getting 10K. That's different.
Yeah.
So the last final point is, don't expect it to happen overnight.
No.
What kind of time frame should you give yourself?
To hit the 10K? I think the whole point that you're giving there is about delayed gratification, innit? And it's about, we were just talking about long-term views anyway. So you got to, I think coaches jump in, and because they talk to somebody that's doing it, they're just like, yeah, I want to be on that level now or yesterday. And then they start to like expect that from you. Like, okay, yeah, man, I didn't get 10 clients this month, or I didn't get this, I didn't get that. And I think it's very important to look at your life. Do you know what I mean? Steve Harvey had an amazing quote on this where he's like, if you're making 25K a year this year, and then next year or last year you made 25K, yeah, 25,000, and then this year you make 50,000, but then you're upset because you didn't make 150, brother. You made 25K last year. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah, you should be like, oh man, like I want to make more. I'm gonna make more next year, but you do need to be relative to your life. Your life has just doubled in terms of what you know what I mean? Suppose you did it right. So, you know, like for most people need to be realistic and say to themselves that 2 years. And I know that's not going to sound great, but I think you need to just say that. You need to just say, all right, if it took me 2 years, at least give yourself that much time to say, how would I do things? Yeah. Because it's better to definitely get there in 2 years than to be effing about. Do you know what I mean? And then in 2 years, you're back to square one, or you're in a 5K or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah. So that's what I say. Give yourself about a time frame of 2 years, man.
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm with that as well, man. I think 18 months, 12 to 18, no. 18 to 24 months, sorry, is what you want to be aiming for, man.
And I think you can get it before, but if you think like that, it helps, man.
I think it saves the emotion side as well, because your mindset is, okay, I'm not there yet, and I'm not getting it this month, but I've got this time frame that I'm going to give myself to at least achieve it. Yeah. And you might not achieve it in that time frame, but also that depends on the graft, the hard work, your leveling up of your skills, marketing, content creation, email, DM skills. Like, you got to level up all your skills in that process. Because think about it. I always think back to when our first set of videos, when we rented the place in East and had the white background. Like, bro, like the content creation from then till now.
It's the same camera, you know.
Same camera, but we didn't know how to do stuff then. Now it's like, okay. But again, it's leveling up the skills, bro. We've just been leveling up skills, because the more skills we have. And now we're mastering another skill, paid advertising. Now when we get this skill, now we're like fucking Thanos, bro. We got all the gems in our fist, bro.
That's it, bro.
Now we got that. We got organic. Boom, boom, boom. So you got to be ready to level up all your skills, man. Because if you're not ready to level up your skills, you won't ever get that 10K, man. So
yeah, man. 2 years.
This episode went a bit longer than we planned to, but those are the 10 steps to get your 10K. If you're a PT on the gym floor, successful, experienced PT, but you know that that's not the life for you anymore, or you can't do it forever, then going online just makes it's a natural step for you to expand your coaching business, especially if you're already doing well. The same skills that you've got for the gym floor, they translate online. You just need to know how to actually do it. That's the problem. If you don't know how to do it, then of course you're going to be stuck. So you can make 10K online, but it's not going to happen overnight. Give yourself a minimum 18 to 24 months. Do the work. Do these 10 things that we said, and then you'll achieve it, man. And if you want to get to your first 5K, we've got a training for them, bro. In the description.
I mean, we teach you how to do it. We guarantee that.
Yeah.
So that we guarantee to.
We'll guarantee. Look,
in fact,
if you don't get it, we'll work with you for free until you do.
Yeah, or we'll give you your money back as well.
Yeah,
we're right with doing.
I don't know about the money back thing.
I know about the money back.
Nah, we used to.
If you do what we tell you to do, if you listen, if you can listen, that's all you can do. If you can listen, follow instructions, we can guarantee that. We can guarantee the 5K per month. We're talking about 10K, even the 10K per month, right? I know we said 24 months, but I'd expect someone with guidance to get there quicker. With guidance.
The right person who listens, yeah.
100%.
They listen.
Yeah, you've been on the gym floor already? You've got a base? You've been doing your thing? 100% you get there. With the knowledge we know.
Yeah.
Remember, when we made a certain switch and somebody told us, oh, do this X, Y, and Z, started flying.
It changed, yeah.
So, yeah, like, it's all about guidance. And I'll leave with 2 quotes, yeah. Number 1 is, you mentioned about the time and frame, yeah. It's actually a question as well, right? Would you rather get to the 10K in 2 months, but then you only last for 2 months? So you only make 10K for 2 months and then, it just all falls down. Or would you rather get there in 2 years and it lasts forever? Or it keep lasting, it keeps going and you keep expanding? You'd rather the 2 years one. So we need to really get out of that quick mindset and think long-term, think big and think like, what do I want always, as opposed to just I just want to feel the 10K quickly and then that's it and then it's gone. So that's number one. And then the second thing I was going to just say, I forgot. So we'll leave it at that, man.
Yeah,
training's in the description.
Yeah, our free 0 to 5K video training is in the description for personal trainers who want to grow their online coaching business.
That's right.
It's Coach Jav, Coach Mike's, the Online Health Business Academy podcast. Peace.